Welcome to Season 4 of the To Health With That podcast, where we break up big health topics into small bites. I'm your host, naturopathic Dr. Amy Newsel, and this season we'll dive into something we are all familiar with, fatigue. What is it? Why does it happen? Most importantly, how can we fix it outside of this? Coffee. Also, you can enjoy the video version of this podcast on YouTube. The channel is at To Health With That. Can't wait to see you there. This week, let's talk about something everybody wants to know. Supplements to help you fall asleep. Falling asleep is supposed to be as easy as letting gravity pull you down a slide. But sometimes it isn't. In these cases, the first step to fixing the problem is making sure that you aren't taking something that's causing the problem. Take a look through your supplements and prescriptions and ask yourself, did the sleep problem start or get worse around the same time that you started a particular supplement or drug? If that's the case, then definitely talk with your doctor or prescribing physician about it. Check especially carefully for any folate or methyl donors like methylfolate, methyl B12, methylcobalamin, SAMe, TMG, and even things that spare methyl groups like creatine, especially if you have an MTHFR gene variant. For some of us, too many methyl groups means you're just not getting to sleep at all, like ever. So take a look at what you're taking first. Also, strongly consider anything that has known upper potential, right? ADHD medications, steroids, thyroid medications, even some antidepressants. Next, narrow it down to what it feels like is keeping you awake. If your body won't relax, that almost always means unwanted muscle activity like twitches, zings, pings, crawling feelings, or just aching or discomfort. Of course, do your sleep hygiene. Avoid alcohol before bed. Make sure your evening meal is high in protein, lower in carbs. Drink enough water throughout the day. And if you have restless legs syndrome, also do some gentle stretching before bed. In terms of supplements, here are my favorites for body relaxation. Magnesium. Magnesium is a must with restless legs or any kind of feeling of body tension at night. Magnesium is actually your natural muscle relaxer, physiologically opposing calcium that binds to muscle fibers to allow them to contract. Magnesium dosing is super variable between people, and also even for the same person at different times in their life. The best guide is trial and error. Not enough magnesium won't actually give you physical relaxation, and too much magnesium will cause a loose bowel movement in the morning. Also, you don't need a fancy form of magnesium. The simple forms like citrate or oxide work just as well for this particular application as the designer forms. It's rare, but I've seen a few clients over the years who have the opposite reaction to magnesium. And if that's you, if magnesium actually makes you more wired, more up rather than more relaxed, then try a low-dose calcium chewable at bedtime instead. GABA is another favorite. So GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter, meaning that it calms down all of the extra energy in your brain, all of that extra neurological activity. Standard dosing of GABA for sleep is about 300 milligrams, roughly an hour before bed, but at bedtime will work just fine too. GABA does lower your blood pressure. If you have medically low blood pressure, then talk with your doctor before you start GABA. Passionflower. Passionflower is an herb that has both physically and mentally relaxing properties, and it's been shown to boost levels of GABA in your brain in a very gentle way. It's also mentally calming and soothing, and well known as a supportive herb for sleep and relaxation. Now, if an agitated mind is what's keeping you up, non-supplement techniques like meditation, deep breathing exercises, actual exercise, and cognitive behavioral therapy are the most effective tools, but supplements can also help to support your progress. Here's a few of my favorites in this category. Valerian root. Valerian has well-documented effects on sleep through a number of different mechanisms. It raises level of GABA, it helps improve overall sleep quality, and decreases the time it takes to fall asleep. If that weren't enough, it also reduces feelings of anxiety, as well as some hormone symptoms in women, including PMS and menopausal hot flashes. So like everyone take valerian. Bifidobacterium longum 1714. This is a unique strain of bifidobacteria that has actually been shown to work on the gut-mind stress connection and is especially helpful in improving sleep quality and duration during stressful times in your life. It is helping to actually reduce overall stress response and normalize morning cortisol levels in people who do have high stress loads. Expect to see more developments in the field of probiotics specifically for mental health, because we're finding out that it's such a direct link between your gut and your brain. Aromatherapy is another really great one, and this is not exactly a supplement, it's an external treatment, but research has shown that some essential oils help promote both anxiety relief and better sleep outcomes. Chamomile and lavender are both very well documented, and additional studies have shown orange and peppermint oil to also be beneficial. One study showed that single oils performed better than essential oil blends, with the best performing oil being lavender. Now, this can be something that you apply to your body. It can be something that you apply to your pillow so that the scent is in your sleep environment. It can be something that you use in a diffuser. Now, not just for aromatherapy, chamomile is also amazing. I am sure at least a few of you listening out there had a mother or grandmother prepare chamomile tea for you when you were having a hard time sleeping as a kiddo. Mine certainly did. Turns out, research shows chamomile to be effective in sleep disorders and also generalized anxiety disorder. It is just very mentally soothing and calming. I happen to love the tea format because the tea itself is soothing and calming. So, in this regard, your ancestors knew what they were talking about. Glycine. So this is another one. Glycine is a component of protein. When taken by itself, it passively diffuses across the blood-brain barrier and modulates neurotransmitters in the brain. 3 grams before bedtime has been shown to improve sleep quality and decrease the amount of time it takes to get to sleep. It's also generally incredibly low risk because it's just a protein component. The king of sleep supplements is melatonin. Melatonin is one of my absolute favorite supplements simply because it has so many beneficial functions in the body. It is also your body's natural sleep hormone, so there's that kind of double whammy. Melatonin helps enhance sleep, regulate your circadian rhythm, which is your day-night rhythm, acts as an antioxidant, especially in the brain and spinal cord, which are difficult to get to in terms of slowing down free radical activity. It's been shown to boost immune function, reduce inflammation, slow aging, who doesn't want that, and has anti-cancer activities. Outside of all of that, it's also neuroprotective, so it helps to protect your brain and spinal cord and neurological tissue. That's a big deal. Helps control chronic diseases like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and obesity, and it even helps to regulate mood, sexual maturation, and body temperature. So is there anything this doesn't do? Not really, except for wash the dishes. It doesn't wash the dishes. Melatonin supplements are easy to find and generally well tolerated, although some people report more vivid dreams or some sleep hangover type feelings in the morning if they take a larger dose than what their body is interested in having. Doses range between 1 and 10 milligrams for sleep, and doses around 20 milligrams are used as a supportive therapy in cancer treatment centers for treating solid tumors. So that's a thing. Also, small doses of melatonin can be taken if you wake in the night and can't get back to sleep. Some evidence suggests that even if it doesn't bring you back to sleep, it helps your brain to sustain less damage from sleep loss. Melatonin's a great tool to keep on hand to enhance your sleep quality as well as get you to sleep faster. In the next episode, we'll talk about supplements that help you to stay asleep, because that's kind of a different subset. There's some overlap, of course, but plenty more to talk about. Thank you so much for watching or listening today. Please be sure to like or subscribe or review or otherwise gives me a thumbs up if you found this helpful. See you next time.